Course. So Aaron and I actually went to Paris on our honeymoon, and it was so much fun. I remember one of my absolute favorite. There we are. There I am. Let's be honest. He took that picture. We're hanging out. We got the Arc de Triomphe in the back. I'm a baby in that picture. Like true. Look at this pour on that wine. I don't know where I was, but that's a good one. That's Paris,
everywhere.
baby.
Yeah. Everywhere in Paris.
And of course, in front of a wall of butter, which is always a good thing. Yeah. Now, I absolutely love Paris. It's so wonderful. But I feel like when we went, we were ready for everything to be so ultra fancy, like over the top fancy. But when we went to cafes, it was so much fun sitting side by each, next to each other, watching the world go by. And we had salmon tartare everywhere. It was on pretty much every menu, but as opposed to, obviously beef tartare, but I don't eat beef. So we did a salmon tartare, but as opposed to being served with like a beautiful baguette or something like that, it was served with potato chips, which blew my mind. So good.
Yeah,
I know. It was that high-low vibe, you know what I mean? Okay, so really quickly, I'm gonna throw together this salmon tartare. So the first thing I've got here is I've got about 300 grams of the freshest salmon you can find. You wanna get the really fresh stuff, not the stuff that's on sale, not the stuff, no, get the good stuff. And I've chopped that into about 1 centimeter, a scant 1 centimeter cube. Now I've got it in a bowl, in another bowl with ice in it. Because this is raw salmon, we wanna keep it as cold as possible, just to make sure everything's good to go, and also cold tartare, always a good thing. So into there, I'm gonna start flavoring this up. The first thing I need is a lot of herbs. So I'm gonna add in a tablespoon of chopped up dill. That's gonna be perfect. I love that flavor with the salmon. A tablespoon of chopped parsley, again, for that kind of bright green. Nothing tastes more green than parsley, in my opinion. Then I'm also gonna pop in some chives. I love a finely chopped chive. Nothing makes me feel fancier than when I take the time to finely chop a chive. Do I do it at home usually? No, I don't. I just chop it real big and like chuck it in. But it's delish. Now into there, I also want a little bit of acidity, but since I don't want this to go into like ceviche territory where you're curing the fish, I have got half of a shallot here that I've just set into some red wine vinegar. You could also use sherry vinegar, white wine vinegar. I'm gonna drain that out. You only wanna lightly pickle that. That gives you a little bit of delicious kind of acidity and flavor, but it's not gonna kind of cure that fish. So add that on in as well. Then I'm gonna toss in about a tablespoon of grainy Dijon mustard. Now the grainy Dijon, we have an expert here. Andrea Bucket, what is the grainy Dijon? What does that add?
Well, you know, it adds that pop of flavor, Mary. Those seeds are just delicious.
It does. Yeah. It's so tasty and wonderful. So that's gonna go in. Then I'm gonna toss in about a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil. This is where you're gonna bust out, if you've got a fancy olive oil that you've been saving just in case, like, I don't know, the queen drops by, which I don't, spoiler, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Or the good stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna throw this in. It's gonna be fresh and bright and peppery and delicious. Pop that in, season that up with some salt, little bit of pepper as well. And then for some briny saltiness, I'm also tossing in a little bit of chopped up capers. Just about a tablespoon of that as well. Now, I feel like I heard some yeses. Are we caper fans here? Yes. It's so good. They're bright and fresh, and capers are actually a pickled bud or a like cured, brined bud of a flower. So it kind of goes with that elderflower, Evelyn. You nailed it. All right, I'm gonna toss this together. This is looking so stunning and beautiful, but right now there's not a ton of acidity. We've got a little bit from those shallots, which look totally dreamy, but I am gonna add in right before serving just a little bit of lemon juice. Just the juice of half of a lemon is gonna be absolutely perfect to give you that bit of acidity. If you wanna get ahead and make this tartare in advance, don't put the lemon juice in until you are about to serve, because otherwise it is gonna start almost cevicheing that fish, and we don't want that. We want
wrong country.
Wrong country. Exactly. You got on the wrong plane. All right, I'm gonna wipe my hands off, give that a little bit of a toss. We've got all of those bright herbs in there. That shallot is gonna be pickly and delicious. And this, if you are gonna set this aside and serve it like at a party, I'd keep it in a bowl like this with ice underneath.
Brilliant.
But ladies, are we feeling hungry?
Oh, we're feeling hungry.
Okay,
It
then I'm
smells
gonna,
so good from here.
It's bright and fresh. I'm gonna pop that down just onto a serving plate with all those bright herbs. This, to me, I know that beef tartare is what you're expecting, but a little bit of salmon tartare with a little bit of dill, maybe some tarragon in there as well. Again, you can throw some chives on there. Serve that up with some kettle-cooked potato chips. And let me tell you, we're off to a good start here in Paris. All right, I'm gonna take a little bite. I'm gonna just do one of these big ones.
While you're doing that, can we take a second?
Yes.
Did you go into a dépanneur or a store and try French potato chips?
Oh
the
my gosh.
flavors.
The flavors.
Yes.
Why do we not have all of those flavors? Anna Olson, I feel like you're the expert. What flavors are we talking about?
My favorite is chèvre with Espelette pepper.
Oh my
But
gosh.
you can get camembert.
Yes.
You can get butter flavored chips.
Butter flavored chips.
you?
Mayonnaise, mustard. Oh,
Just all the
roast,
different.
poulet roti, the roasted chicken. Not sure
Roasted
how I
chicken.
feel about that.
No.
Okay.
But it's available.
But it's available if
and-
that's your boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, cheers to you, ladies. This is going to be a great day.
Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.